just state my case. I hold my tongue, I know I say something I regret. Don't blame me, just strike the match.
What is going on, guys? It is Zach with the Yo Bro Gaming and Reviews channel. Wow, I'm not even that anymore. I guess you could say old habits die hard. Maybe I should refer to this as the Yo Bro Gaming and Reviews channel, just for the purpose of these old raws. You know what I mean? Maybe I should do that. It's a throwback. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Oh, welcome. It's a happy Monday morning to all of you. I am happy to be here. It's Monday, start of another long work week. As you can tell, I'm still sick. But it's time. It's time to get back into the grind. It's time to get back to doing stuff. And somewhere I've placed my notes that I'm supposed to have for the show. Oh, goodness gracious is me. Hold on a second. Where did I put those bad boys? I don't see them. What have I done? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm a mess. Give me a second. Like I said, I'm a mess. Holy crap, I'm a complete mess. Oh, this is your golly. You know, let's just get into the other stuff that I know I got to talk about, okay? Let's talk about it though. Patreon.com/YoBroNation. You guys got 6 tiers to choose from. You get the classic reviews, which are not on here, but you guys get that. Behind the scenes, gosh, I gotta get that damn thing out. It's been filming for over a month. Ask Us Anything Q&As, group chat in the Discord. You guys get the VIPs for that. You guys get to be co-producers, executive producers. A lot of stuff you guys can do on the Patreon. Go check it out, okay? Rather than me tell you, go look. Just go look. If you see stuff on there you like, it does have its perks. More perks are coming after WrestleMania. Biggest thing about the Patreon is I'm going to be able to start a wrestling trivia league that's going to be on the channel. But it isn't Patreon that I'm really trying to push anymore. It's more of our merchandise, because our merchandise has grown. We got new merch. You can buy our new merch at TeePublic.com/YoBroNation. Check this out. Just in time for WrestleMania. It's the Yo Bro Mania 1.5 t-shirt. Look at it. I mean, that thing is just... at least that's how I feel, I suppose. You guys also got this one. It's the Yo Bro Mania original shirt. It's actually white. Turn on Raw, you guys will see the official designs. This is more what it looked like as a prototype. But that stuff, it's on the channel. This stuff... new merch, I believe, for the remainder of today. I'm pretty sure the remainder of today, it is $14. It's 30% off what the actual price is. But you got this one. These are 2 of my favorite ones. But you also got this. This is the veteran support shirt. You know, it's the Yo Bro Nation with the black and white flag with the blue strip for your police force. It's just a shirt paying tribute to the veterans, and I love that shirt. So if anything, buy that dang shirt, because that thing is nice. But this one, no, this is not us trying to be blackface. This is your Yo Bro Nation Queen tribute shirt. Design's not as big on the shirt, but I love it. I love the way it looks. I've ordered one of these shirts. I'll have it before WrestleMania, so I'll be wearing it at WrestleMania for the review. I cannot wait. I am so excited. I love these shirts, but this is our TeePublic store. That's the best way if you want to help us financially is just go buy our merchandise. Love the merchandise. And I know a lot of people don't like you to plug your stuff, but it's the only way you're really going to survive on YouTube. So, but otherwise, you guys can go to our Twitter at YoBroGaming1. You guys can go to our Facebook at YoBroNation. You guys can go to, TeePublic, YoBro Gaming and Reviews, Patreons, YoBro Nation. So all that stuff, you see it. It's all down in the description below. That's the many ways. And if the best way, it's free to help us, is like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. This is the first of 2 parts today also for this because I missed last week. So playing catch up. But this is your Monday Night Raw Classic review for March 11th, 1996. We are going back in time. Raw took place in San Antonio, Texas, at the Freeman Coliseum. This was the first of, I think, 3 tapings. Yeah, first of 3 tapings they did for Raw at the Freeman Coliseum. So let me go ahead and get my notes set up, because I know I got to, because I got to be a good boy. I got to be a very, very good boy. Alright, so the opening package for this one was highlighting Undertaker and Yokozuna versus Bulldog and Owen Hart, plus Piper's return to make his announcement for the Ultimate Warrior's opponent at WrestleMania, plus hyping up the package for Brett and Shawn's training for WrestleMania 12's Iron Man match. Opening contest, of course, as it is with all these Raw so far, King and Vince McMahon are your commentary team. Ringmaster with Ted DiBiase taking on Savio Vega to open Monday Night Raw. Now, this is the show where they finally, rather just saying, he is indeed Stone Cold, they're actually referring to him as Stone Cold Steve Austin from the point of the match's start just until, well, this day. He's been Stone Cold Steve Austin since this moment. Austin starts with a slow pace, kind of working over Savio Vega. Vega starts to pick up the pace. He's kind of outdoing Austin, out wrestling him. These guys start to have some back and forth. They talk about Mark Henry. Mark Henry, prior to his World Wrestling Federation debut, is at ringside. He's preparing for the Olympics and the strongman contest. They're already calling him the world's strongest man by this point. They even show afterwards King actually being power slammed. Well, a military press by Henry after the match happens. They kind of show that. So Savio Vega, he's, nice chops on Austin. Austin hits him with the knee, starts to control the pace. He Irish whips Savio Vega into the corner, hits him with a clothesline from behind, and then starts choking him over the top rope. Austin's in control, but Savio Vega, he starts making a comeback, starts picking up the pace. They go to the outside and start fighting. They're trying to get in the ring, and they're fighting on the apron. Both men end up counted out. They continue to fight, though, after the match is over with. Savio Vega, though, finally hits his spinning heel kick on Steve Austin, and Austin finally walks away. It was an okay match. Nothing spectacular. This is just set up for something to later on, obviously. If you watched WrestleMania 12, you know where this leads, eventually anyways. So like I said, they showed Mark Henry confronting the King, because King called him out, said he wouldn't jump over the barricade. It was something that happened prior to Raw. And then Mark Henry ends up slamming the King with that military press. Then they show some highlights of Savio Vega and Razor Ramon advancing in that tournament, which this is only the second time they've brought it up, so I honestly can't tell you who was in the brackets. But I do know they advanced to the semifinals, with the last two teams to go to the semifinals being the Bushwhackers or the Body Donnas, and I'm pretty sure the Body Donnas actually won that match. In fact, I'm positive that they did. Uh-oh. What do I have here? But, ow. No. I have a tracker on my phone. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, wait. I have a tracker on my phone that's telling me distance and stuff that I'm walking. It's just keeping track of my pace. I'm dieting, checking calories, checking how many calories I'm burning. So far, I think I'm at 60 calories for the day. Yippee. So yeah, Goldust and Marlena come out when Piper's supposed to be making his appearance. So Piper does come out. Vince McMahon's in the ring to interview him. Vince tries to keep him away. Vince says, well, you were gonna, tell, Goldust, give him a piece of your mind. Piper, first off, verbally cuts him down, calls him a transvestite. Basically, he's calling him a homosexual. Says, yeah, I saw his movie. Says, but I never saw you in catering. He says, how many quarters did you make? He's cutting him down, basically calling him a prostitute, a hooker. Like I said, makes reference to the fact of him being some sort of transvestite. Says that he beat Adrian Adonis with a baseball bat when he tried to play mind games with him. Says, he's like, let's just get it out there. You are what you are. I'm a lesbian. Vince's like, I don't think sexuality is it. And then Piper's like, hold on. Piper was fired up. Goldust says, look, I want a piece of you. You know you want a piece of me. Don't lie. Gets on his knees. Starts taunting him some more. Says he wants to, bring him down. Bring him back down to earth. Says he wants Piper to come to his back lot. That's where he does his best work. Says that, but until then I want, and I'm paraphrasing, obviously says, until then I want a sneak peek. Starts lifting up Piper's kilt. Piper slaps him and says, no microphones, that's enough. That is enough. He gets in his face and starts playing with his belt. Piper shoves him. He slaps Piper. Sliper slaps him back. He falls down. Piper grabs the mic, says, you want a backlot brawl? I'll give you a backlot brawl, and then throws the microphone at him and walks out. And this is obviously setting up for their backlot brawl at WrestleMania 12, which was, it was what it was, I suppose. Next match is the Godwins, who have already qualified for the semifinals of that tournament, take on jobbers Jerry Mead and Alex Parto. Henry Godwin starts with Mead, kind of rolls him around, makes the tag into Parto. Phineas gets in. Phineas loses his mind, so Parto and Mead both get out of the ring. Parto finally gets back in the ring, and Phineas just basically beats his little ass. Tags in Henry. Henry comes in, hits him with the slop trough, I think is what it was called. Gets the 3 count. It was a squash match. It's just a match to build the guys up. That's all it was. They did their job. Good little match. It was quick. It did what it was supposed to. It built up the faces. So then they do the highlights of Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart's training. They show Shawn first, in San Antonio, introducing Jose Lothario as his trainer. Talks about how he's been training him since he was 19. Says, 11 years later, here I am going for the championship. And you just show him doing his training. If you've watched WrestleMania 12, you see what the training montage looked like. Then they go to the highlights of Bret. And it's JR who's commentating, narrating this. Talks about Bret being as rugged and as tough as the Canadian Rockies. And it shows Bret, getting worked over by his dad. And he says, look, I've seen Mexican wrestlers, they jump around, do these moves, but I've never really seen one that's a good wrestler and one that's tough. And then it says that Shawn's not the best wrestler he is, which is par with what Bret Hart's like. So that was basically the highlights, just showing them training, nothing else. Hunter Hearst Helmsley with Michelle Snickler versus Ben Greer, who I guess was a wrestler, who I don't really see very much. Never even would have known that he was with the company. Vince McMahon says that it's Helmsley who's going to face the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania. How anticlimactic. So we now know Helmsley versus Warrior at Mania. Of course, they show a video package of the Warrior as he's making his way to the ring. Hunter, this was another squash match. Helmsley hits him with a bunch of uppercuts, hits him with some knees, hits a standing suplex, drops a knee on his face, slaps the dude, punches him a bunch, hits him with a pedigree. 1, 2, 3. That was all the moves in this match. This was just to build up Helmsley for WrestleMania for his match against the Warrior. That is all it was. No joke, that is it. The geriatric match report with Scheme Gene. Some guy trying to be Mean Gene Okerlund. And hey, you know what? There's parts where he's talking at the end. He's going about, I got all the dirt. this and that, you know, like he would do for the WCW shows. Call the hotline. Can't talk about it here on television, but call the hotline. I'll have all the info. He did that. That was kind of good. Says it's going to be for free on the free-for-all. He says, you know, because I don't know how you can make a buck on this either. They show the Huckster training and losing his breath and having to use a thing. And Huckster, in the best shape of his life, no doubt. Then shows the Nacho Man getting prepared, but for psychology, and it's just him doing this with spray on his head. Oh yeah, and it's new. And then he announces billionaire Tad's gonna be the special referee. And it's funny this week. But next week's video for this goes dark. Oh my gosh. So main event time. It's Owen Hart and the British Bulldog versus The Undertaker and Yokozuna. They show highlights for next week for Bret Hart taking on Taka Tatanka next week's Raw. Diesel's in the locker room on camera, kind of like they did with Bret a couple of weeks back. You know, talking to Vince and King. Says, you know, yeah, I'm checking him out, but, you know, this weekend I'll have a shot to face him at Madison Square Garden, and, you know, I'll do the tag match. It's like, all right, that's cool. That's what they're going to do. Let's see, I'm pretty sure they actually did something else, but I guess I could be wrong. Oh, yeah. I remember now. Okay, so let's keep going. So he says he's going to face him at Madison Square Garden in a tag match with Shawn. He says, I just hope that the Shawn Michaels rumors aren't true. Vince is like, wait, what rumors? And he just says, psh, and he shoves the camera out of the way. That's not the last you see Diesel. So Yoko and The Undertaker start with like a stare down, like they're going to fight. And then they just basically beat up Owen Hart and the British Bulldog. They start beating him up. I really apologize. I'm sick and I'm trying not to sound so disgusting. I promise you. You get an Irish whip into each other. They Irish whip Bulldog and Owen into each other. Then Yokozuna hits a leg drop on Yokozuna. Diesel comes out. Diesel starts to make his way to the ring. He actually clotheslines Paul Bear. And then starts punching him. And then he takes the urn from him. So then Undertaker actually follows Diesel to the back. You don't see Undertaker or Diesel the remainder of the night. They come back from commercial. Owen is working over Yokozuna. Yokozuna starts trying to make a comeback. Both him and Bulldog are double teaming him. He starts to build momentum. As he's starting to build momentum, Vader comes out. Yokozuna starts to get the advantage. He gets clotheslined from behind from Vader. So Yokozuna and Undertaker win via disqualification. After that, though, they continue to fight. Ahmed Johnson comes out. Jake the Snake Roberts comes out. They all start battling. The heels got the advantage. You got officials coming out trying to break them up. You know, because right now it's Vader and Yokozuna one-on-one at WrestleMania. Jake and Ahmed Johnson and Yokozuna make the comeback. They clear the ring. You got the officials trying to calm everyone down. You know, Cornette's trying to get his guys to go away, you know, calm them down. You got Vader outside the ring with a chair just hitting everything, yelling. And the heel's like, come on in. Come on, let's do this. And that's how Raw goes off the air this week. So that's basically how it went. Was this a good Raw? This was like a filler episode of Raw. This was just like a, let's get to next week when something a little more important is going to happen, which isn't even the case for that. This one and the next one are both going to kind of be filler episodes because I just got done watching both of them. So, yeah, like I said, filler episode, nothing really to, you know, get excited about. Just kind of there to keep storylines going as we head into WrestleMania. And that's pretty much all this episode was, honestly, good for. So, but that is gonna do it for this episode of your Raw review. Your classic Raw review, should I say. Your Monday Night Raw classics. Oh, yeah. All that good stuff. So, that's it. I am done. Finished, Benito. No more. I will see you guys in the next episode of Raw, which also takes place in San Antonio. Bret Hart versus Tatanka. Oh my, what a night that will be, I'm sure. Remember though, Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, all down in the description below. You guys can go there and you guys can follow us on all our social media, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 100! And it's only been like 40 years. Alright, peace out guys, I'll talk to you later.